In today's environmentally conscious real estate market, buyers and sellers require a real estate professional that understands the importance of energy efficiency in the home. They require a real estate professional that can inform them regarding tax credits and grants available to homeowners, how they can make their home energy efficient at various price points, and evaluate the cost benefits of green features. Call New Day Real Estate today at 413-531-7129 for a better tomorrow.
Eric, thank you, and school committee, thank you very much for convening this meeting and dedicating it to this opportunity and decision that you have to make with regard to a wood-fired heating system for Belchertown High School and the two other schools in the district energy system. I wanted to give just a sort of a high-level overview of the role of the state government in promoting renewable energy and clean energy in general in the Commonwealth, and some of the policy and legislation that we are now committing ourselves to commit to in terms of goal targets, and how this project fits into that. I direct the renewable energy division of the department. We have another division that does a tremendous amount of work as well that is for energy efficiency. And I want to make it clear that energy efficiency is really the breadbasket of the work that we do in terms of promoting energy efficiency and conservation throughout the Commonwealth. And I know that the larger feasibility study that was done for the schools also encompassed important energy efficiency opportunities as well. But particularly for schools and buildings, you do all the energy efficiency measures that you can, and there's still energy that needs to be brought to the school to either heat the school, heat the building, cool the building, or provide electricity to the building. So that's where the renewable energy opportunities come into play. And the state has a long history and tremendous efforts currently with regard to supporting renewable energy technologies for the Commonwealth, particularly for electricity generation and wind energy. We're looking particularly, not so much in the valley, because it's the valley, but the western Massachusetts and the coastal lines and offshore for the wind energy resource that we have, particularly looking at opportunities for state-owned, using state-owned lands for siting wind turbines. We have a very active solar PV program that you probably have heard about. It's the Commonwealth Solar Program, which is the leading program that's run by the Renewable Energy Trust that has grown our solar PV industry about 5 to 7-fold in the last 2 years, and is meeting its targets to get to the governor's goal of 250 megawatts by 2017. I think the Department of Energy Resources has actually taken a somewhat unique and central role in the development of biomass energy and biomass policy, not only for the Commonwealth but to some extent for the region. Given the strength of and the leadership of our renewable portfolio standard, there's been particular interest in development of biomass.
Can you explain the renewable portfolio standard?
Sure. The renewable portfolio standard is a program that a policy that the Commonwealth has and has had in force since 2002. It was the first renewable portfolio standard in the country, and now there's almost half the states in the country have RPS programs. Basically what it does is it requires that all suppliers of electricity to homes and businesses and institutions in Massachusetts provide a small but increasing amount of that electricity with qualified new renewable energy in the form of typically wind, solar, biomass, landfill gas are the primary contributions. Some anaerobic digesters as well. And so this small but increasing fraction is up to 4% in 2009 in compliance, and there's the goal that was set out in the Green Communities Act to increase that to 15% by 2020. So it's going up 1% a year. This has been the program that has particularly encouraged and supported the development or the prospects for development of larger biomass projects in New England, but particularly in Massachusetts. We see here in the Greenfield project in Greenfield as well as Brussels. The Department of Energy Resources with the Department Department of Conservation and Recreation engaged a few years ago in a sustainable forest bioenergy initiative that really brought sort of a policy focus and a great deal of research and analysis and information to the policy making and the public discourse on opportunities for biomass in and around Massachusetts. We clearly have an abundant biomass resource, and we're now engaged in a substantial white paper that we will be specifically addressing the issues of assuring that however we proceed with biomass, it will be done in a way that is sustainable in terms of the forestry that is involved with the biomass, as well as the carbon cycling associated with the use of biomass to assure that that is at least a low, if not carbon neutral, at least a low carbon source of energy for renewable energy for the Commonwealth. So we've taken a lead in addressing the biomass issues. We've also, over the last couple of years, have been particularly recognizing that the RPS program is specifically for electricity generation. There's also a very keen interest in our office, as well as our secretariat, for pursuing biomass thermal energy. As you know, in the school, but also regionally, the Northeast is really the only portion of the country that is highly dependent on fuel oil, and particularly northern New England, including Massachusetts, where I believe about 40%, 30 or 40% of our heating is in the form of fuel oil, and it's a much larger percent once you're out in western Massachusetts. So we see biomass as being a very efficient, more so than the power generation, using it very efficiently for thermal energy, where you can really get 80–90% efficiency out of the biomass to displace our heating oil. Really accomplishes numerous goals for the Commonwealth. One is, and for the nation for that matter, one is reducing our dependency on foreign oil, which is the key resource that we want to reduce our dependency on. And we don't use that much oil in electricity generation. It's primarily in motor fuel and heating oil. Second is our Global Warming Solutions Act, which was passed in legislation last year, 2 summers ago at this point. That commits the Commonwealth to substantial reductions, ultimately 80% reductions by 2050 of greenhouse gas emissions from the Commonwealth. Energy efficiency is key to getting there, but to get down to these levels, we need renewable resources, and we need in terms of both the transportation area and the heating area, we need to displace our dependency on fossil fuels. For a school like Belchertown to get down to, in this new heating system that will be still operating 30,